What's cracklin', everybody? Welcome back once again to the definitive cereal tier list. For each episode, we take a cereal, put it on the tier list, so you know how good it is. I'm your host, Tucker. In this episode, we're doing French toasters. So a couple obvious comparisons to make with this one. First off being the cinnamon toasters and blueberry muffin toasters, the other Malt O Meal Cinnamon Toast Crunch versions. Those both got a D, not as solid as just sort of the base original Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So got a little lower there. Also though, at the C rank we have French Toast Crunch, which obviously very similar flavor, I hope, to that. French Toast Crunch though was cool because it had like the French toast shaped pieces in it. This is just the same sort of squares as the other toasters. So not as exciting. Hopefully close to the same level of flavor. But let's just get into it. Worth pointing out though, this is the last Malt O Meal I have of the old branding. After this, it changes, so rest in peace, this branding. Smells kind of mapley. Before I opened it, I was getting more maple scent than I am now. Now it just smells much more in line with cinnamon toasters. Interesting. God. Spilled a little bit of specks. But yeah, so again, pretty much just looks the same as the other toasters, which looks pretty much the same as original Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So, okay, so again, now that I've closed the bag, getting more maple scent. Alright. Might have been a bit too much for a toaster. Initially, there's sort of a hint of maple, but I definitely wouldn't say this is maple flavored. It's kind of there, but it just sort of tastes like a slightly off version of the cinnamon toasters, which is weird. I don't love it. It was a bad first impression, I think. Maybe as I keep going, I'll come around to it a bit more, but not impressed right now. I am coming around to the taste a little bit more now, but I am finding that the pieces that have been in the milk got some of the dust taken off of them. That hint of maple pretty much gone. It's really the dry ones that give that weird maple adjacent flavor. So maybe that's why I'm appreciating it a bit more, because it's turning more into just a normal cinnamon thing. So that's like disappointing in a couple aspects there, but it does help make the rest of the bowl smoother for me. So win some, lose some. All right, now let's see what the milk's done with this weird maple flavor. It's definitely here. I think that's why it was a bit less on the pieces. Still, not exactly maple to me. Like, it's very clear that's what it's going for, but it's not nailing it at all. Yeah, don't love this. Not my favorite milk. piecewise. Again, I guess they end up better, but makes the milk not great. I'd hoped the last Malt O Meal to have this kind of branding would be good, but that wasn't really the case. So I'm kind of in a weird position with this one, where at first, not very high on it, but as I was going through, it's like, okay, this is getting better. Not a ton better. Like, I don't think it surpasses original cinnamon toasters, but it was getting closer to there. And at the end there, when I had the milk and those couple bites afterwards, where that milk flavor was very present in my mouth still, that kind of reminded me of, oof, yeah, this did not start out great. And the maple, like, French toast part of this cereal was not my favorite. I liked it more, but it just defaulted back to the original, which isn't a great sign for this one. So what I'm going to do is give French toasters a D. I almost pushed this down to an E, but I think the majority of the bowl is fine. It's just that sort of initial bit, and if you get very milk heavy bites at the end, those are a little soured compared to the rest of it. So it gets that same rank as cinnamon toasters, but I think it's definitely my least favorite of cinnamon toasters, blueberry toasters, and now French toasters. Nowhere close to the French toast crunch. Obviously, that was like a good maple and like fun variation. This didn't nail the maple, and didn't really improve anything from cinnamon toasters. Like, once it was in there, it just kind of was a lesser version of that one, which is kind of a bummer. You'd think it'd at least be on the level, but it's not. So French toasters was swing and a miss. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. In the comments below, post your general thoughts. Let me know if you've had French toasters and what you thought about it. If you're actually much more of a fan of it and the maple flavor here was what you were looking for, feel free to let me know. If, like me, it's not really what you want from a maple flavor and there's other cereals that have done much better with that, feel free to let me know about that too. Or if you're just sad to see this version of the Malt O Meal brand go, you can let me know about that too. But until next time, stay delicious.